Welcome back to San Antonio Living. Okay, in this modern age of having Facebook and all the social media and Twitter and texting, you still have to send a handwritten thank you card. Well, our etiquette expert, Diane Gottsman, is here from the Protocol School of Texas. Thank you for coming in today.
Always happy to be here.
Okay, a lot of people have questions about this because it is so different now than, say, 20 years ago, now that we have all the social media. And we've got some people who have written in, and they have questions for you. First one is, my mother has always said that if I receive a gift in person and verbally thank the giver, say thank you, thank you, thank you, that a handwritten note is not required.
Well, that is a rule, not the rule. Because if you give me something tiny, you know, the protocol is if I say it verbally, I don't have to give you a handwritten note. But, you know, depending on the efforts, I think a handwritten note is always great. If you lend me your hanky, well, a tissue, thank you. If you buy me a house, handwritten note.
Okay, all right, and then maybe even like some flowers or something like that if you buy a house.
I think a handwritten note is always the best.
Okay, another question that has come to us, is a thank you note required when given a hostess gift for inviting someone to a party?
Thank you is appropriate if it's something tiny. If it's something over the top or something that's really special to you, by all means. And again, even something tiny, if you want to send a thank you, no one is ever going to send back a thank you note.
Okay, then what about this? Is it ever okay to send a note of thanks via email?
If it's a business colleague and you just had a nice lunch, you can shoot them an email and say, thanks so much for the lunch, and I'm going to follow up with you next week. But again, once again, I'm redundant. A nice thank you note is best when it is something that's more social. If you're applying for a job, Leslie, and you need to get in front of them because there's going to be a quick decision, shoot off that thank you note via email, but then follow up with a handwritten note.
Okay, all right. Then what about this situation? It is already February, and I haven't sent out my Hanukkah thank you cards. Is it worse to send them out late or not at all? This is, you know, pretending like we're already in February.
Christmas, holiday, birthday, it doesn't matter. Better late than never.
Okay, all right. What if it's like a year late? Is that all right?
Yeah, better late than never.
Okay, there you go. Oh, this is a biggie. What if you receive cash? How do you word it in your thank you without saying, hey, thanks for the cash?
Call it your generous gift. Rather than thanks for the 50 bucks, you know, or thanks for the $25.22 on the blah, blah, blah. Just say thank you so much for your generous gift, and then tell them how you're going to use it.
Okay, and if you've already purchased something, then tell them what you
Tell them what you, exactly.
Okay. All right, and then how about this? If my child cannot write, is a thank you card required?
By you, by the mom or the dad, and the parent will write the note for him and let him scribble all over the paper because that'll make it personal.
I know when my oldest was a baby, that was back before social media, she was sitting up and I had a little card that I made that said thank you, and I took a picture of it, and that's what I sent to all of my family members that I need to say thank you.
Because it's just about being creative, so I think that's a great idea.
Okay, all right. I think that's the last time I was creative. All right, is there ever a time when I don't have to write a thank you note? When do I get a free pass?
How long do I have to think about this one? No, you should write a thank you note. Unless you were all in the same house, you know, eating at the same breakfast table and using the same shower. Okay, so if somebody gives you something and you live with them, mom, dad, brother, sister, husband, and wife, you don't have to send a thank you, but if it's something really special, put a little note in their pocket or their lunchbox or whatever. We like to get
a little note goes a long way.
Yes.
And then also you say, what should a thank you note include? Is there something that you have to have in there, or is it whatever comes from your heart?
For one thing, spell their name correctly. So many times we send thank you notes and it's the wrong name or it's misspelled. And always say what you're going to use it for, and then follow up with hope to see you soon.
Okay, I got a lot of thank you cards to write. I'm very bad about that. My friends and family, please forgive me. See, I have to confess about not always sending what I should, but Diane's here to keep us on track. And if you have any questions for her, or if you're interested in some of the classes that she provides, you can find Diane Gottsman at the Protocol School of Texas. There's the website, and you can also get more information by calling this number, 826-740.